Hi, I'm so glad you're here. If you are returning, a warm welcome back. And if this is your first time visiting with me, I hope you will find something that delights your heart. This episode, I have a variety of fun things to share, especially with year-end festivities coming up. Beautiful decorations, a lovely outing, books, cooking, baking. I hope you will stick around for all of that. And I hope that you will stay till the end when I hope to share a little bit more from my heart, a little bit of thanks to all of you. So until the end, I hope you enjoy this. We are waiting for snow. Here on the coast, winter can be a lot of things, and sometimes we just wait for the lovely snow. Many days have been so frosty that it looks like snow when we wake up. The days are definitely colder, sometimes -5 Celsius, which is about 20 degrees Fahrenheit. I do hope it will snow before the year-end holidays truly begin. In the meantime, there has been sparkle and glow aplenty, cheering the December days. One Saturday, I did some baking of cookies, biscuits for year-end festivities. I knew it was going to be a long day, and making dinner later would be the last thing I wanted to do. So I started by getting out the slow cooker, and I put together a Hungarian-inspired sausages, peppers, and onions meal that could simmer away quietly while I baked. It was so good to have that meal all but ready by the end of the day. I just cooked some rice to serve with the sausage and peppers. In the description box below the video, you'll find my recipe if you'd like to try it too, and for maybe when you need an easy meal option on a busy weekend. This year, I've kept making and baking a bit more limited, as honestly, husband and I don't need as many treats hanging around the house as we always try for better health and fitness goals. For winter solstice, I baked a cranberry orange nut bread, a Simply Recipes recipe, and you'll find the link for that in the description box below. This recipe is a sweet bread, and it has become a Yuletide favorite for us. The orange juice in the recipe, symbolic of the sun, and celebrating the return of the sun and warmth of light at solstice. I baked 2 types of biscuits, cookies this year. My first round of baking was for what I call snøkake, snow cookies. These are a hybrid I came up with of 2 types of Norwegian Christmas cookies. These are gluten-free and lactose-free cookies. They do contain egg white, though. They are a meringue-like cookie, crisp, light, paper-like, but full of delicious, Moorish flavors of finely chopped chocolate, almonds, and coconut. These are very quick and easy to make. I do recommend a mini chopper gadget for chopping up the chocolate and almonds to a relative even consistency. I'll have the recipe in the description box for you. I also baked a recipe for pepperkake, traditional Norwegian Christmas spice cookies. These are similar to gingerbread cookies in America, with flavors of cinnamon, ginger, and cloves. In the description box, there's a link to a recipe in English for these traditional Norwegian pepperkake. Often these cookies are decorated in many ways, but I kept ours plain and simple. Just rolled out the dough, cut them out, and baked. Even husband wanted to join in on the baking festivities this year, and we had fun making the treats together. Both types of cookies, the cookies that I've shown you, they will keep very well for many weeks in a cookie tin, a biscuit tin. They do tend to disappear very fast, though. In my previous video, many of you enjoyed the book chat segment, so I thought that I would bring that back this time as well. I don't have a lot this week to share. I had tried to order several winter-themed winter set books from my library. Unfortunately, so many of them were already lent out, and I was not able to get the titles that I really wanted to read now. However, I did get this novel, The Half Moon by Mary Beth Keane, which has a winter setting. You would not know that by this cover. Book cover art is always very fascinating to me. The different editions that are available, what they choose. Sometimes it does not always seem reflective of the book, or maybe necessarily the season. In this case, this is The Half Moon is a bar owned by this is about a husband and wife, a couple, and he owns the bar, The Half Moon. This is a portrait of a marriage very much at a crossroads, very much a point of, do we stay or do we go? And it is also a book about trying to find family as well. Infertility is a topic in this novel, so if that is sensitive for you, this might not be a good choice of read for you right now. But that features largely in the story and things that come of this story. I do know that this author is very well respected for her character-driven writing, and that is certainly the case. I did find myself at times not as engaged. Perhaps this was not the right book for me at this time. They are stranded in a blizzard situation, and this couple has to come together. They have to come to terms, don't they? And there is some hope. It is very hard won, but I do find it enjoyable, although at times I have found myself not dipping into it as much as I could have. I may revisit this one. My other book this week is something very different, fantasy romantasy, Unholy Terrors by Lyndall Clipstone. Now I will say this is, I am not the demographic for this book. This is for perhaps the teens and the 20-somethings, but I enjoyed this book so much. It was so much fun. I will read some of the back for you. Everline Blackthorn has devoted her whole life to the Wardens, those who wield arcane magic to guard their community against monsters known as the Vespertine. But Everline's own magic has failed to appear. She never truly feels she belongs, and her thoughts turn often towards the dangerous Vespertine-filled moors where her mother died and where Everline is sure answers to her own heritage lie. Then Everline uncovers a startling truth in the form of Ravel Severin, a rogue Vespertine with secrets of his own. When Everline's best friend Lux is shockingly kidnapped, Ravel offers his assistance, but at a heavy price. In order to rescue Lux from the thousandfold and to protect Everline on the dangerous journey, he will need to use Vespertine magic, and Everline will have to allow Ravel to feed from her. So this was very dramatic. It was very exciting. It was very fun. The romance is very sweet. The character development was very nicely done. The whole novel was very well written. I would definitely read this author again. I do not know if there will be a part 2 for this book. I'm not sure that is the case. I would love there to be. I really love the hero and the heroine of this one. So I hope that there will be a revisit of these characters. And the world building is really beautifully done as well. I really love this one. I can recommend it if you love fantasy. Something a little different in the form of reading. Christmas magazine. This is Lev Lonely. This is Norway's answer to something like Country Living. I'm especially thinking of British Country Living, or the American edition of Country Living even. I don't really buy magazines too often. I love them. They are expensive. I prefer a hard copy over digital magazines. So it's just a little splurge, and I usually like to purchase at least one Christmas-related magazine. I love the winter themes. I love the recipes. I like the inspiration. So I have that one. And it's actually a little bit of a segue into something similar but different. This is a juleheft that is very popular here during the lead up to Christmas. A juleheft could be translated as a Christmas booklet or a Christmas magazine, sort of a deluxe Christmas magazine. And oftentimes, this is something very old actually, from the 1800s. I believe one of the earliest ones was somewhere around 1812, 1820. And they usually contained illustrations and stories and eventually photographs, oftentimes with a winter or a Christmas theme, but they could be more than that. And over time, they developed into booklets for children as well that contained basically comics or series of comics. I know it was popular here times past and even today, that featured Disney comic strips in these juleheft. Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and even now it's very popular with comic series that are very well known here to be part of a juleheft, a Christmas booklet. And I'm sure for children it was a lovely distraction in the lead up to Christmas holidays, something a little extra to have and delight in. And now it's very popular for adults to have their own juleheft, their own Christmas booklet, just like the Advent and Christmas calendars. There's one for everyone, the children, the grown-ups, the dog, the cat. Everyone has a Christmas something, don't they? And I will do a little cutaway so that you can see a little bit more about this particular Christmas booklet that I have. And as it's not comic related, it's actually more related to the history of Yuletide from Viking times through to the incorporation of Christian themes within the holidays. So I will do a cutaway so you can see the inside of this juleheft a little bit better. It's lovely, and it's been a lovely addition to the pre-Christmas days we've been having here. Here is the juleheft, the Christmas booklet magazine I was talking about in the other segment. This one that I have is called Magisk Jul, Magical Yule, Traditions, Myths, and Superstitions from Viking times to modern times. Richly illustrated, this is set up rather like a Christmas Advent calendar, in that each day throughout the month of December, there is a page or two, or more even, to read about many traditions of this time of year, mostly of Nordic or European perspective. There is history, recipes, songs. This particular juleheft has a lot of fun and beauty in it. Do you have anything like this where you are? Or is there something special that you add to this season to count down the days? Please share in the comments about your traditions. I would love to hear them, and I know everyone else would too. One day, after a walk to and from the library, it was lovely to come home to a cup of tea and julekake med brunost. Julekake is a Christmas bread, a yeast bread with cardamom and raisins. Not too sweet. Often it is served during the lead up to and throughout the Christmas season here in Norway. It is very good, usually served with butter and brunost, a brown cheese. This brown cheese is special for here, made with goat milk. It is slightly sweet and has a hint of a caramel flavor. The brown cheese and the Christmas bread go very well together. I also like to eat this bread with a bit of butter and orange marmalade. One day here in December, Husband and I went to the best garden center in the region, Hageland, which is connected to the horticultural school at Gjennestad. Every year-end, they have amazing displays of Christmas and winter-themed decorations and flowers. They have a special design team who make up the displays. Husband and I go every December now. It is so fun. It is a beautiful experience. There are ornaments, decorations, gifts, and not least flowers to purchase. There is also a cafe for when you need a break, and a farm shop on site that offers local produce, fresh, cold-pressed juices, as well as teas, coffees, candies, and other specialty items. You can easily spend a whole day at this garden center. I hope you have enjoyed this, what feels like a holiday edition. Before I close, though, I did want to just share a very heartful thank you to everyone who left some very kind and generous comments on my previous video. It's not easy being a highly sensitive person and trying something like YouTube. Being a person who feels things very deeply but still feels a need to share that. This channel is a quiet one, and I know that maybe I won't appeal to everyone. So this is very much an experiment all around, and I'm learning so much as I go. I feel like I don't have a lot of grand titles or maybe accomplishments that a lot of people have, but the one thing I have always felt myself to be, or trying to be, is a translator of beauty. That what I do and what I share can be like a light of love in the world. And that is what this channel is about. And I just wanted to say thank you for those who resonate with the general feeling that I'm sharing here. We live in a time that is very fraught and sometimes feels splintered, and our hearts hurt with a lot of things that are happening in the world right now. My own, very much, I feel that way too. Lately, I've been thinking about the word solace a lot and what that means. Solace translating as comfort. A good word is comfort. It's a beautiful word, comfort, isn't it? And I think we all are seeking solace or comfort in one form or another. And if this place may be a comfort to you, then that makes me very happy. And I hope that you will return and enjoy some more comfort here with me. And maybe solace is a theme we could explore together. Mostly, I just wanted to say a big thank you for the warm comments. They really have warmed my heart and given me the courage to keep trying again with another video and another one. And so I will be taking a small break though. I will be back in January. I don't know when exactly. It takes quite a lot to create a video. If any of you have done that before, you know about that. I just need a little time off, but I will be back. And in the meantime, I hope, however you choose to celebrate, if you celebrate anything this time of year, these end of year days, however you choose to celebrate, I send you a lot of love, and I am very thankful that you are here, and I thank you for joining me today. Oh, and before I go, nature offers us some of the most beautiful gifts. Early one morning this week, during breakfast, suddenly, the sky went amazing. This sky phenomenon, which in Norwegian is called perlemorsskyer, that translates as mother of pearl clouds. How lovely is that? This scientifically is special polar stratospheric clouds that have a colorful, iridescent, almost rainbow-like appearance. You see this sky more up north in Norway, but we do occasionally see this here where we are living, more southerly. What joy it is to see. And I wanted to share this with all of you. And so until next time, I am wishing you all many blessings.